Hey, so I want to make another quick video on fascinating and why fascinating has kind of fallen off during set 8. I think it's to no surprise that a lot of people have been mentioning that playing around 4 cost carries and 5 cost carries have been very difficult. Right now it's still kind of down in the trickling down process, but most of the high elos is dominated by like 1 cost rerolls, 2 cost rerolls, people who do 3-2 roll downs for complex Spellslinger, who do 4 down roll downs, comes like Kaisa Mei. And like the good old days of like trying to go fast 8 on maybe I should write it down. Stage 4-2 and like 4-5 is kind of disappearing. Like you can still go fast 8 on 4-5 and do okay. But more often than not, it's a recipe for disaster. I would say like default stage to go 8 is stage 5-1 now. So let me go ahead and add this to the PowerPoint. But basically, a lot of people don't really go fast 8. They go low 8 on stage 5-1. And sometimes even like 5 as late as 5-2 or 5-4. So just sorry, yeah, 5-2 and 5-5. But basically the point is that why is it the case that this said it's so much harder to go fast 8? Well, I mean there's two main reasons. So the first one is that set 7 we had a bunch of econ augments that really boosted your gold early. So set 7 we had Astrals, Pyrus, Shimmer Scale. Oh, this one is by far the most abusive one. And Pyre Mirage. The whole idea is with these econ augments is that if you make 1 gold really early on, that doesn't just equal 1 gold, because 1 gold often gets you to the next interest threshold. 1 gold is sometimes worth like 1.5 gold, and even as much as 2 gold. By getting these early econ augments, well, we used to get some like insane economy leads. And now we have the only econ augment traits we have is Underground. Now, most people, if you get Underground 2-1, most people would actually not take the gold cash out, so they wouldn't even treat it as an econ augment. The reason why is because Underground 3 is such a powerful heist cash out that most people try to go for Underground 3 in order to try to win out. So taking the first Underground and taking the second Underground for like an early economic lead is usually not the correct play. So in this set, I would say we have no econ augments. In this set, we have no econ traits. And the second reason why this set feels so punishing go fast 8 is because player damage actually got increased. So from stage 3 onwards, the stage damage actually got increased by 1. So previously, if you were to take a 6 like a 6 damage loss, now you take a 7 damage loss. I believe this was because the games were taking too long on PBE, but I also believe, I have no way to confirm this, that during PBE it was a mech meta, it was Mecha Prime meta, and Jax was dominating pretty much every single lobby. And what Jax would do is he would actually eat the 2 mechs, but those mechs, after they die, no longer counts as player damage. Even if you're open porting, you fight against a mech player, you would often take 2 units less worth of damage, and that just made games drag on and on and on. So I believe the player damage is increased to address this concern. But now, like, mech is really not meta. Like, mech is completely not meta. In fact, the comp that, like, plays Jax carry doesn't even play Mecha Prime anymore. Nobody plays mech. Player damage is, in my opinion, just getting out of control, and everybody's just dying, like, super early. I do want to mention that, I think right now, on average, most top 4s are decided by stage 5-5. So like it's super early, and you need to be playing around it. How does this like affect regular players? If you haven't really gotten the memo, you should probably be rolling out 3-2 and 4-1. So I mean, right now I roll to 10, like 10 or less. 3-2 in about like 50% of my games. Usually I roll to stabilize, and I roll to like about 10 in like on 4-1 about 20% of my games. And sometimes I roll to 10 on 3-2, then roll to 10 on like 4-1. So these two are like not like mutually exclusive. The second point is that if you're playing around forecast carry, you should definitely be playing around the fact that you can't 2-star it. So often Talia and Soraka are the best like examples of units you don't really need to 2-star. They have like a sizable damage increase, but for the most part they'll do their job even at 1-star. Um, the carries that are a little bit scary are the melee carries. The melee carries tend to need to be 2-star because since they're melee, their HP is super relevant. Like Zed and Viego. Which is why sometimes like if you're playing Zed, you pretty much need to be playing Edge of Night, and this is because Edge of Night on Z1 actually makes him like a pretty scary unit. Edge of like without Edge of Night, Z1 isn't really able to carry. And then finally, on like if you're doing like a 4-1 roll down, you should probably be playing around multiple units. So if you're trying to play around Zed, you should probably buy Zed, Samiras, and Belveth. and you would actually have a realistic chance of actually 2-starring one of them. Maybe not the specific one you're looking for, like you might not find any Zeds, but it's really rare you don't find like any like Samiras or Belvets at all. Like you don't find any of these 3 units. Definitely this is how I would consider why Fast has fallen off and how like we should play around it.